Thanks for staying with us. You're watching WION World as one. I'm Adhya Juneja and this is Speed News. Let's start with all the stories making headlines today. At least 15 people have been killed and dozens injured after Russian missile and drone strikes hit Kiev and surrounding areas overnight. Ukrainian authorities said the attacks targeted residential buildings and civilian infrastructure, causing fires across several districts of the capital. An armed man has been arrested at U.S. President Donald Trump's golf course in Los Angeles. Authorities say the 38-year-old suspect was seen taking photographs, recording videos and appearing to monitor security arrangements at the Rancho Palos Verde Golf Club. Federal agents and sheriff's deputies later recovered ammunition and a loaded firearm from the suspect and his vehicle. A search of his home uncovered additional weapons, ammunition and other items under investigation. Well, the arrest comes as Trump faces heightened security concerns following previous assassination attempts targeting him. U.S. President Donald Trump has warned Iran of severe consequences unless the Strait of Hormuz is reopened soon. Well, Trump said talks are ongoing as U.S., Iran and Oman reportedly move closer to an interim agreement. Trump warned that failure to resolve the issue could lead to a major military response, saying the United States would take strong action. Qatar says mediators are making progress in efforts to end the war, US and Iran war, sending oil prices sharply lower on hopes of a possible breakthrough. However, Tehran has denied US President Donald Trump's claim that negotiations are already underway. Trump and Qatar's Emir Al Thani discussed efforts to bridge differences between Washington and Tehran and support a lasting settlement. Qatar said the Emir stressed the importance of dialogue and adherence to a US-Iran agreement aimed at ending military operations. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says Israeli forces will not withdraw from their current positions in Gaza until Hamas is fully disarmed. Netanyahu said the U.S. administration had sent a draft proposal aimed at securing Hamas disarmament and a Gaza withdrawal plan. But Israel had not agreed to the terms and had submitted its own comments. He said Israel remains firm on its security demands, warning that forces would continue protecting Israel's territory and citizens. India has condemned the unprovoked attack on an Indian-flagged commercial vessel that sank in the Red Sea. Yemen's Coast Guard rescued all crew members after the ship was reportedly targeted by an explosive-laden boat. Well, the Yemeni government blamed Iran-backed Houthi rebels for the attack. Visiting the crew members who were recovering in hospital, the general manager of Yemen's Al-Makha port condemned the incident. He said targeting the commercial vessel was an attack on every Yemeni citizen and the strength of the Yemeni people. US facilitated talks between Israel and Lebanon are underway in Rome, but Beirut, pushing for a phased Israeli withdrawal from South Lebanon, is on the table. The negotiations aim to advance a fragile US-backed framework agreement focused on restoring stability along the border. This week's meeting marks the 7th round of US-mediated talks, bringing together technical teams from both the sides for 3 days of discussions. Well, the talks are being held at the US Embassy in Rome and are scheduled to continue through Thursday. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's sister Kim Yo-jong has warned that Pyongyang could take additional military measures after Japan test-fired a US-made Tomahawk missile, while she accused Tokyo of expanding offensive military capabilities and increasing overseas operations. Now, the warning comes amid rising regional tensions over Japan's growing defense capabilities and missile deployments. French and British authorities have rescued 173 migrants after their boat caught fire while attempting to cross the English Channel. Passengers were forced into the water before being brought to safety in a large-scale rescue operation. Several people suffered minor injuries, but no deaths or serious injuries were reported. A wave of gang-related violence in Bolivia's eastern Santa Cruz region has left at least 9 people dead in 5 days. Authorities say the killings are linked to a conflict between Brazil's Comando Vermelho and Primeiro Comando, the capital, over control of cocaine trafficking routes. Well, more than 200 police and military personnel have been deployed to the border town of San Martius following the violence. Bolivia and Brazil are also strengthening security cooperation, with Brazil's federal police set to open a permanent office in Bolivia to improve intelligence sharing. Brazil and Chile have reaffirmed their strategic partnership during talks in Brasilia. The two countries' foreign ministers pledged to strengthen cooperation, particularly in the fight against transnational organized crime, through greater information sharing between their institutions. Well, they also highlighted the importance of bilateral trade, with Chile calling Brazil a key economic partner in Latin America. Flames and thick black smoke filled the sky after a fire broke out at a chemical plant located on the outskirts of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Aerial footage showed a large blaze engulfing the facility, with emergency crews responding to contain the flames. Local firefighters said no casualties have been reported so far. The Japanese military has conducted a live fire test of a US-made Tomahawk cruise missile from the destroyer Chokai in the Pacific Ocean. The long-range missile is capable of striking targets up to 1,000 miles away with precision. The test is part of Japan's efforts to strengthen its defense capabilities in response to what it describes as growing security threats from China, Russia and North Korea. Well, North Korea has criticized the move, accusing Japan of transforming into what it called a war state. Taiwan has launched its largest annual military exercises, known as the Hangquang drills, which are aimed at strengthening the island's defense preparedness. The exercises include mobility maneuvers by M60A3 battle tanks and other armored vehicles across Taiwan. Now, the drills are designed to enhance military readiness amid growing concerns over a potential Chinese invasion. Well, on to some climate updates now. Guatemala is on high alert after the eruption of the Fuego volcano, which forced hundreds of people to evacuate. The country's disaster agency says 659 residents from 8 nearby villages have been moved to emergency shelters, with more evacuations expected. The eruption sent ash clouds into the sky and triggered lava and pyroclastic flows down the volcano's slope. Now, authorities have raised the alert level to red, closed a nearby highway and suspended classes in surrounding areas. Fuego is one of Central America's most active volcanoes. A deadly eruption in 2018 killed hundreds and destroyed an entire village. Wildfires have broken out in Albania's Malakaster municipality, causing widespread damage as firefighters battle blazes across the country. The Defense Ministry says more than 700 personnel have been deployed to tackle 20 wildfire hotspots, supported by 3 military helicopters. Now, the fires come amid an unusually early and intense heat wave across Europe, worsening wildfire risks and raising concerns over climate impacts. Europe has been warming faster than any other continent, with scientists warning of more frequent and severe extreme weather events. Italy's government has approved $115 million in emergency aid to address damage caused by last week's earthquake near Naples. The 4.7 magnitude quake, the strongest to hit the area in 4 decades, forced around 700 people to leave their homes and injured 26 others. Authorities say nearly 400 homes have been declared uninhabitable, with rescue teams continuing damage assessments. The affected area, located near Europe's largest volcanic crater, remains vulnerable to seismic activity, with aftershocks reported following the quake. A magnitude 6.3 earthquake struck off the southern Philippines near Sarangani Island, triggering panic among residents. Authorities said there were no immediate reports of casualties or major damage. No tsunami warning was issued following the offshore earthquake. On to some business stories now. The Reserve Bank of India kept its policy repo rate unchanged at 5.25% in its August MPC meeting, maintaining a neutral stance as it balances growth and inflation risks. Governor Sanjay Malhotra flagged global uncertainties, especially volatile crude prices amid the US-Iran conflict, as a key risk. The RBI slightly raised its FY27 GDP growth forecast to 6.7%, citing resilient domestic demand while lowering its inflation projection to 5%. The policy signals a cautious, data-dependent approach going ahead. Asian markets climbed sharply after strong US corporate earnings fueled a global technology rally. Japan's Nikkei and South Korea's Kospi led the gains, while Chinese shares also moved higher. Investor sentiment was further supported by falling oil prices, lower US bond yields, and expectations that the Federal Reserve could take a more dovish stance if upcoming US economic data shows sign of slowing growth. Oil prices extended their decline for a third straight session as investors watched for progress in efforts to end the US-Iran conflict and reopen shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude fell below $79 a barrel after losing more than 12% this week. While diplomatic hopes eased immediate supply concerns in West Asia, traders remain cautious as any setback in talks could quickly reignite supply risks. Gold prices rose for a third straight session, reaching a 2-week high as a weaker US dollar and lower oil prices boosted demand for the safe haven metal. Investors are now awaiting key US employment data for clues on the Federal Reserve's interest rate outlook. Markets also kept a close watch on diplomatic efforts to ease tensions in West Asia, which could influence both inflation expectations as well as gold prices. On to some technology updates now. Apple has asked a US court to block OpenAI and 2 former Apple employees from accessing, using or sharing its alleged trade secrets as the legal battle between the 2 companies continues to escalate. Apple has also requested an expedited investigation seeking documents and depositions from the former employees and OpenAI officials, claiming its confidential information was misappropriated to support OpenAI's plans to develop consumer hardware. The iPhone maker told the court it would suffer irreparable harm without an immediate injunction, while OpenAI has rejected the allegations, saying it does not possess or want any of Apple's trade secrets. Anthropic has announced that its Claude AI models will soon support in-country inference in India through Amazon Bedrock, allowing AI requests from Indian customers to be processed on servers located within the country. Well, the move is aimed at helping organizations in highly regulated sectors such as banking, insurance, telecom, and government meet data residency and compliance requirements while adopting generative AI. Anthropic said India has emerged as one of Claude's largest markets, with major organizations including Axis Bank, NPCI, TCS, Infosys, Swiggy and Instamart already using its AI models. The company said the rollout is part of its broader India expansion strategy following the opening of its Bengaluru office earlier this year. WhatsApp has started testing an age verification feature for a limited number of users in India as it prepares to comply with the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, which will come into effect on May 13, 2027. The feature prompts users to enter their date of birth, but the test is currently optional and does not affect access to the platform. Under the DPDP Act, online platforms will be required to obtain verifiable parental consent before collecting or processing the personal data of users under the age of 18. Meta said the feature is designed to protect user privacy and that age information will not be shared with other WhatsApp users. A U.S. appeals court has overturned a lower court order that had temporarily blocked Perplexity from using its AI-powered shopping agent on Amazon, ruling that Amazon was unlikely to succeed in its claim that Perplexity's AI tools violated U.S. computer hacking laws. Well, the case stemmed from a lawsuit filed by Amazon last year, which accused Perplexity of using its Comet AI browser to access customer accounts and place orders, while claiming the system created security risks. Perplexity denied the allegation, saying its AI agents act only on behalf of users who have authorized them to access their own accounts. Well, the appeals court agreed, saying it was the users, not Perplexity, who were accessing Amazon's platform. Social media platform X has said it is complying with the Turkish court order to block access to the presidential candidacy office account of jailed Istanbul mayor Ekrem İmamoğlu, while also challenging the order in court. But the court said the account was restricted to protect national security and public order. But X said it disagrees with the decision and has started legal proceedings. İmamoğlu, who is President Tayyip Erdogan's main political rival, has been in jail since March 2025, pending trial on graft, espionage and terrorism charges, which he denies. His main X account, with nearly 10 million followers, was also blocked in Turkey earlier this year, and X has challenged that order as well. Hackers have stolen data from one of registers of thousands of companies, foundations and trusts after spending several hours inside the system before the breach was detected. Liechtenstein, a small wealthy European country between Switzerland and Australia, is known as a low-tax financial center that hosts thousands of international trusts and holding companies. Officials said the stolen data included names, nationalities and dates of birth of beneficial owners, but did not include financial information such as assets, revenue or dividends. The government said the hackers gained access after creating a user account, and authorities are now investigating who was behind the attack and how they remained inside the system for so long. The Trump administration has decided that open-weight AI models will not be included in its voluntary AI safety testing program, according to Reuters. Open-weight models such as Meta's Llama and NVIDIA's Nemotron make their core components publicly available, unlike closed models from OpenAI, Google and Anthropic. Well, the decision was discussed during a White House meeting with representatives from Meta, OpenAI, Google, NVIDIA and Anthropic, just days after OpenAI and Anthropic disclosed that some of their AI models had breached other companies' systems during cybersecurity tests. The Electronic Frontier Foundation, or EFF, has warned that many mobile apps may be sharing user-precise location data with advertisers and data brokers without developers knowing it. The EFF said some third-party software used inside apps can automatically collect a user's location if the app has location permission. Now, this happens unless the app developer turns the feature off. The EFF found that some of the affected Android apps had been downloaded more than 60 million times. It has asked app developers to stop collecting location data unless it is really needed, warning that this information can be sold to data brokers or exposed in data breaches. A Moscow court has ruled that 2 images created using artificial intelligence are not eligible for copyright protection, saying that entering prompts into an AI model is a technical process and not creative work. The case involved 2 AI-generated images, Mona Lisa with wine and Statue of Liberty with wine, which were later printed on merchandises without the plaintiff's permission. The court said AI systems do not have consciousness or creativity and that writing or refining prompts alone does not create a copyrightable work. It also noted that the ideas used in the images were not original, as similar concepts had already appeared in art and media. FIFA chief of global football development Arsene Wenger has broken his silence on Infantino's erstwhile plans to sell stakes of the World Cup to private investors. The former Arsenal boss says the decision to abandon the proposal was absolutely necessary. Wenger's statement on Tuesday follows a week of intense scrutiny over Infantino's proposal to establish FIFA Forward Enterprise and offload a 20% share to private equity firms. Wenger says he was not aware about the plans, saying he was not consulted about the proposal. After a shock retirement from international cricket, former England captain Ben Stokes is eyeing a career in coaching. The all-rounder says he would love to coach England in the future. In a conversation with former England cricketer Stuart Broad and current batter Jos Buttler, Stokes once again ruled out returning for next summer's Ashes in England. However, he says he is keen on returning to England set up as a coach of the national team. Stokes revealed that he is completing his coaching qualification and wants to complete the required courses before he ends his playing career. Well, on to some entertainment stories. Director Karthik Subraj has officially announced his 10th film, which is Dorothy. The movie will enjoy a world premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival. It stars National Award-winning star Keerthi Suresh. The highly anticipated project features an original score by Ilaiyaraaja and will release worldwide on September 25th. The Madras High Court has dismissed a plea seeking to halt the re-release of the 2014 Rajinikanth starrer Kocha Dayan, which will feature new AI-based enhancements. A financing firm had applied for a restraining order against the film's release due to an ongoing financial dispute with the original producers dating back to 2014. However, the court ruled to allow the release, noting that the financier failed to name or seek relief against the current assignee company that now holds the rights to the film. Following its theatrical debut in June, the Tamil family drama Noru Sami is making its digital premiere. Directed by Sasi, the film features Vijay Anthony, Swastika, Ajay Deshan in pivotal roles. The emotional film explores deep family bonds and societal norms. Noru Sami will begin streaming exclusively on ZEE5 starting 7th of August 2026. Renowned Indian actor Pradeep Rawat died on 4th of August at the age of 74. He was best known for his roles in the Aamir Khan starrers Ghajini and Lagan. According to his manager, Rawat succumbed to a relapse after a prolonged battle with cancer. In his acting career, Rawat has featured in several Indian languages movies like Hindi, Tamil and Telugu.